Welcome back to the Buffalo Commander. I'm your host, Alex. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. Pretty interesting day 3 of training camp today. Lots of good from the offense, a few bad at the end. Injury scare, not really, but kind of. And just some interesting roster movement as it relates to who was starting in different positions and things like that. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to kind of read off some of these tweets here. I don't have a video for you guys today, but I will try to clip one for the next video. Also want to kind of change it up a little bit. I don't want to all be the same thing all the time. So just to start, Alex Brasky said this is the third straight day in a row we had all 91 players at camp and healthy. So that's good. It's a good start to the day. Literally the first thing that drops over my feed is Josh Allen's on a heater today. And there's some video released by Trainwreck Sports, if you want to check out their Twitter page, where Allen looks to the left, reads the defense, then Kirk cuts back to the right and throws it looks like a go ball to Keon Coleman. And Rasul Douglas was actually in coverage, and he had quite a bit of separation. So I'm not saying this remedies any separation anxiety, no pun intended, as it relates to his ability to break away from defenders. But he had a good 3 yards on him that he beat him by. So the play is beautiful, and it's kind of far away, but it's definitely worth looking at if you want to check it out and feel good about the Keon Coleman experiment. Josh Reed also said, Allen's on a heater. Cole Bishop starting today. A lot of weird stuff before camp, talking about Bishop and his ability to stay in shape before he goes. It may have just been coach speak and people looking into it a little too much, but there was something about him not getting any first team reps the first 2 days. So it looks like a real competition with Bishop, Edwards, and Hamlin vying for that center field safety job. My wish would be Edwards, and then let Hamlin and Bishop kind of rotate in and out as a third safety or a reserve safety when one of those guys needs a breather, and then maybe transition Bishop into the role later. But it looks like it is a true competition. He got his chance today, and from all reports, it looks like he did perform relatively well. So next, Josh Allen, again, explosive start to 7-on-7, connects with Dalton Kincaid, back shoulder throw, then hits Keon Coleman, perfect throw down the sideline versus Rasul Douglas again. Hit Dawson Knox over the middle, then hooked up with Shakir in a deep ball versus Cam Lewis for a touchdown, 5-for-5 start. This is just more continuation of the last 2 days. Allen's been great, but the end of practice was I'll give my take on it in a second, but I didn't like to see it at the end. Cole Bishop, again, first team defense day. First day it was Hamlin, then Edwards, now Bishop. Everyone getting an opportunity besides Taylor Rapp. He appears to be in his spot. So looks like Rapp is the solidified strong safety role, although he is rotating quite a bit into free safety, and some of that comes up later, but he is doing both. But it sounds like he's the one that's solidified his job, and rightfully so. He was here all last year. Matt Milano made a terrific play in coverage today to diagnose to get to the boundary on a swing pass. DC Bobby Babich immediately came over to slap his hand and congratulate him. There was a lot of reports yesterday that Milano maybe didn't look like he was 100% yet. I think that's obvious. So, yeah, like he's still recovering. He's not full of strength yet, but he's practicing fully. And I think that we'll see him quickly ramp up to a point where he's all the way there. He's got to start trusting the leg more still. Another one, 17's on fire, 7-on-7 right now. Allen to Keon Coleman for another touchdown, 7-7 work from 30 yards out. Rasul Douglas in coverage again. Beautiful throw from Allen. That could be repeated, by the way. That might not be the same play, but the other one didn't say touchdown, so it may be 2 plays against Rasul. I'm glad to see the number one corner is D'ing up Keon Coleman to give him some challenge. Offense unstoppable in 7-on-7. Dalton Kincaid touchdown. Khalil Shakir touchdown. Dawson Knox reception. Chase Claypool toe drag. Another one. Josh Allen's locked in today, folks. Ed Oliver making plays during 11-11. I hadn't heard anything much about him the last 2 days, but they're saying that he's had an awesome camp every single day. So it's starting to come to fruition now on their take on him. But before that, I had not heard much, but they're saying that he's been blowing people up all camp. So Dwayne Smoot also playing with the starters again. So it seems like his role is solidified. He's not the same type of player, but he is the Leonard Floyd vet we brought in on the cheap to see what he can do. So it sounds like he's going to be rotating in and out. Maybe he's a DE4. Both of them got a batted pass. Bills Josh Allen with trainers. This is what's a little concerning. I asked Josh Reed on Twitter about it. He doesn't respond yet because he's at camp, but I thought to throw it out there anyway. But Bills starting quarterback Josh Allen with trainers getting his right ankle taped up. Same ankle he had looked at yesterday. I didn't hear anything about that yesterday. He was fine yesterday afterwards and is back in the huddle now. Didn't miss any reps. Something to keep an eye on. It is something to keep an eye on. It sounds like it's just a tweak. It's not that serious, but it is the one thing from camp injury-wise that it really concerned me. Also, Cam Lewis is playing. So Cam Lewis didn't miss any time after his little injury situation yesterday. So that's good also to hear, backtracking a little bit on the Cam Lewis stuff I just said. Darrington Evans, second team offense, burst through the right side for a 75-yard touchdown. Huge hole at the line of scrimmage. Evans sped through it for a score. Evans has that kind of speed. We saw it in preseason last year, so that's not super surprising. Justin Shorter continuing to make an impact at Bills training camp. Maybe he pushes Claypool. I think it's an outside shot, but he could push Claypool or, dare I say it, MVS, who hasn't had a great camp. There was a report yesterday about MVS and Josh having a miscommunication, and Allen making him go through it again, and then Claypool coming in and doing the same thing, but doing it right and completing the pass. So MVS is having some struggles, and there's a little struggle at the end of camp here as well, at the end of my notes, but he's not a roster lock at this point. I thought he would be the fourth receiver, bar none, but it sounds like Matt Collins is that guy. And Justin Shorter could push. He was a draft pick. They like their draft picks. They want to keep their draft picks in the pipeline and develop them. And this is what this is. So keep in mind, if it happens later where MVS gets cut late, don't tell you. I mean, don't say I didn't tell you. Like he could be off. He could be off this roster. He's definitely not guaranteed. Dory Williams with a pass breakup on the ball intended for Khalil Shakir. Second-year linebackers mixed in with the first-team defense. It's good to hear he's developing. Same thing with Bernard the year before. He was not good in his year one. Year two came in. If it wasn't for Roquan Smith, probably would have been an all-pro linebacker last year. So he's just not known yet. Dorian Williams won't make that kind of leap probably, but at least he'll have a good solidified position as a backup role where we can trust him is really what we're looking for there. Mike Edwards nearly comes away with an interception. Josh Allen, balls behind him, reach back, couldn't haul it in. Still good position to make a play. Josh Allen, right after his little ankle tape up, absolute dart to Kincaid along the sideline. Allen's having his best day of Bills practice, which probably Bills camp. We'll get to the other stuff later, but that is not going to be the narrative after today. So Cole Bishop with a would-be sack. Rookie safety exploded off the edge, would have had a strip sack on Josh Allen, non-contact jersey. Bishop showing aggressive skill set that he developed in college. That's what he's good at. He can move all over the place. He can blitz. He's a bigger safety. That's going to be part of his game. Tyler Bass, awful in OTAs, 6 for 6 today in training camp, including a make from 50. That's great news. Josh Allen this is where the bad stuff comes. Josh Allen overthrew Matt Collins. Taylor Rapp was playing center field and came away with the interception. Allen's first interception of camp. This kind of snowballs. There was another report later that said there was a miscommunication. Matt Collins ran a corner route. Looks like Allen was trying to throw him on like a go. It was an easy interception. It wasn't like it was just a miscommunication is what it really looked like, or misroute. It could be anything. This is also the part of working with new wide receivers is figuring this out, figuring out the timing, the game plan, them knowing the routes, the plays. Like there's a new system too. So some of this is needed, in my opinion. 2 plays later, Allen overthrows Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Well, I tell you about MVS a second ago. He doesn't really know the playbook yet, and he is not an adept, nuanced route runner. So overthrows him deep, another deep throw. Christian Benford ran over, another interception 2 plays later. And then last play of camp, another one. Kyer Elam intercepts Allen near the sideline, turns him for a touchdown. Looked like a miscommunication between Allen and Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir. I guess that Brasky was too far away to see who it was, but he says the sloppy end of what was a strong practice for the offense. So nothing to be concerned about. It was interceptions happen at camp. They're working on things, especially with a new offense, new wide receiver. So don't be concerned about this. But it did happen back to back to back. It could be at a portion of practice where, like, okay, all this other stuff's working. Let's this last drive throw in a couple nuanced things that we haven't done yet and see how it works. And the players and the quarterback weren't on the same page or the same timing with this situation. So that's probably what it is. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know if they have camp tomorrow. They have a day off here soon. I think it might be tomorrow. So if they don't, you won't hear from me. And it's Saturday tomorrow. So if they do have camp, it might get a video on Sunday. I'm not sure yet. But overall, the offense is cooking. If they can stick to what they do well and maybe work on some of these other things that happen in a practice, it seems like more of the deep shot stuff, which is my main concern with this. I had a conversation with a friend last night about what my main concern is, and it is a lot of it is we don't really have a true deep ball threat. MVS was supposed to be that. He hasn't been good. And there's been some miscommunication and some lack of chemistry with him. So is that going to change? Maybe. Curtis Samuel's fast, but he's not a deep ball threat kind of guy that's going to challenge you deep every play. So we'll see. I think this is very encouraging the last 3 days. I mean, we had 3 weeks of camp last year before we saw 2 days that were getting good. This is 3 days in a row, the offense cooking. Today was the best day they've had, no question, from everyone's reports, except for the last 3 plays. So, or the last 3 interceptions, I should say. I think they were separated by like 6 plays or something. So it sounds like they're trying to work on some things. That's where that came from. But overall, the offense has been cooking. And the defense came out and played better today, too. So the defense is supposed to be ahead of the offense right now. And right now, they're not really ahead of the offense, which is a good sign for a new scheme with new weapons, without Stephon Diggs and without Gabe Davis. So I think it's very encouraging. We have a lot. I'm very excited. I'm much more optimistic right now about our chances of being Super Bowl competitors as I was before, because OTAs didn't look great. So we're in a good trajectory. You just got to keep it going, keep stacking days, and keep going from there. So thanks for showing up. Please like, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll talk to you tomorrow.